Hi guys, I'm back again today with another reaction video, and this seems very controversial, and almost feel like watching this is a sin, even, right? So today we're checking out Christian priest says Jesus was transgender. Transgender. Trans. Isn't a transgender like, for example, I was born a girl and then I will transform into another to the other gender? Like I would start growing beard, I will probably surgery my women parts and get male parts, and then vice versa, right? Is that because I'm not knowledgeable about this realm, so I'm just seeing if I have any knowledge of what um the term is. I feel like that is, but if I'm wrong, please let me know down in a comment. And I want to know what is the context. Why did he say that, and why is even assuming that? And if you're a priest, why would you think that? Like, if it's not written in the Bible, and even if it's written in the Bible, we cannot necessarily trust it 100%. But if there's no proof at all from, like, if Jesus didn't alter these words by himself and it wasn't revealed by God, why the fudge, sorry for the term, I said fudge, would you say this? Aren't you a man of God or the Bible or the religion? Why would you say that? Maybe I'm just rushing into it without knowing it because I'm just like we're about to figure it out. So I'm not gonna say much in pointing fingers to him right now until I hear it. I want to know. So before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button, and let's go straight into the video. This is a very short one, so we will try to break it down, discuss, get our 8-minute monetization, of course.
Yeah, so if we think of Jesus as the one who reveals God, I was really struck by Angela saying earlier that God is queer. And
Oh, it was a girl who said it? I was thinking it's him because he's the one in the thumbnail, if I'm not mistaken.
I was really struck by Angela saying earlier that God is queer. And I think as humans, we have a tendency to construct God in our own image rather than to recognize that we are made in the image of God, and therefore the dominant expression.
Right there and there, the image of God, right? So, if the Bible and the Holy, like most of the whole, I think all the whole, I would just reference to the Bible and the Quran, the God says, like they are not in favor of, you know if it's not a man and a woman, if it's same gender, it's a sin, right? Obviously people will argue that a transgender transformed into, like, for example, I transform into a boy and then I start dating girl. Some people will argue that it's not the same gender, but obviously in my eyes, at least for me, biologically, I don't know how to say things because I'm gonna get cancelled for whatever I say. Even if I say my name is Rookie, people are gonna cancel you still because this day and age, everything you say will get you cancelled. Like, oh my god, Rookie said her name is Rookie. Didn't you know that in some country it means something like, how the fudge should I know? But anyways, yeah, this is our day and age right now. It's a era of cancellation. Of if you speak, you get persecuted, right? So anyways, for me, that's still same gender, I would say. But obviously, some people would say no, it's not. So it's a long argument. It's a long discussion. So gonna shut up because I'm gonna I'm gonna dig myself underground if I keep talking.
To recognize that we are made in the image of God, and therefore the dominant expression of humanity ends up writing itself onto God and making that God. And I think in the story of Jesus, the stories of Jesus' life, we find that being broken down in some quite radical ways, which is then having the knock-on effect of altering the way we understand who God is in relation to humanity. So I think Jesus transgenders himself on a number of occasions. I think, just a little phrase where Jesus is lamenting over Jerusalem, longing to gather Jerusalem as a mother hen gathers her chicks. I think if you look at the foot washing from John's Gospel, foot washing elsewhere in both Old and New Testament, it's consistently done by women, and yet Jesus takes that on. People often cast that as being the servant's role. It was the woman's role, and Jesus does it and becomes the woman at that point. And I think, we've observed that, he's unmarried, he's childless, he defies gender and sexual norms of his day. He's known for associating with those whose own sexual history or gender identity may be ambiguous. So I think in Jesus we've got a revelation of God as encompassing far more than what historically, and recently at least, Christians have tended to construct God as being. And I think there's a bit of an antidote to heteronormative idolatry in the story of Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying you can't be who you want to be, like, do you? But when we bring in it's a good defense for, the LGBTQ. It's really a good defense for them. But if you're really a religious person, obviously this is gonna be like, right? And those actions don't necessarily mean like you are this, you're liberated this or that, right? And he's not saying that. He's kind of like hinting towards that, the title. He's hinting towards the title, but he didn't say it, right? So he didn't right out say, oh, Jesus is transgender. No, he just hinting towards that. I don't have any proof, right? And what I'm gonna say is those action doesn't necessarily mean that you're this or that, right? Like, this is kind of like boxing people in. Oh, only female did this, right? So if a guy does it, it means that he wants to be a girl. Oh, that man wore a pink shirt. Oh, he's a girl. Like, God didn't create the world and say, hey, you know what? When you figure colors out, this color is for girls and this color is for boys. So if you wear it or you like it or you use it, it means you are a girl. Like, and if we are, I don't even know. I want somebody more knowledgeable on the topic, both sides, to kind of like speak up on this, because I am not the best person to be talking about this, because I'm not very knowledgeable of Christianity. I'm not knowledgeable specifically of, like Jesus. Like, what I know is what I've heard from like in church, and like I haven't done any sort of like research to kind of like, to kind of like add on to that knowledge. The only thing I know is what we've reacted to as well, and I don't know anything about the LGBTQ community as well to be able to kind of like give my input on that. So it's really a hard topic to really talk about, and like for me as a person, I feel like it's a sin to say that, to assume that, right? Because what I believe is what is written as words from God is what I follow, right? Like, for example, if the law is being created by this group of people, I'm gonna follow that law. I'm not gonna follow my neighbor who tells me,
oh, you know what, the law says do not gossip, but it's fine. I'm a lawyer, I'm studying to become a lawyer, it's okay, you can gossip like for 3 minutes and it's not da, da, da. Like, who am I gonna follow? Am I gonna follow the government who created the law, or the lawmakers, or am I gonna follow my neighbor who is in college to become a lawyer? Like, I'm gonna follow the created law, right? So that's my perception in life, right? So it's like I like, as much as I'm not like saying I don't like this type of people, that type of people, I'm just saying I'm gonna go straight to the source, right? But I'm not condemning, like, it's it's hard, guys. Let me know though in the comments what you think. Thank you guys for joining. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.